Hello guys and welcome to the TSRB DTM challenge. This is going to be our first official round. We're going to be hosting it at Imola. We're hoping to get some very interesting racing. Our racers are already out on the track, qualifying on their out lap, prepping their tires, warming their brakes, and getting ready for this exhilarating race to come. Apologies for this, I am still checking the volume. This is my first stream, so please bear with me as I sort out any issues that might arise. So how are we doing today, Luca?
Doing very, very well. Very interesting to see these cars on track, of course. Very nice cars from 2020.
Active DRS, if I'm not mistaken.
Active arrow, DRS, push to pause.
All of the fancy stuff should provide us with some good, clean racing.
For sure. We saw last week some good racing on the test race at Zolder. Now we've moved to Italy, Imola. Very good track for racing as well. Fast cars. Gonna be interesting for sure.
What times were we looking at in practice? 1:35 stop?
I think it was like that, yeah. Pretty fast, actually. Faster than GT3s.
Faster than GT3s.
Let's see, what was the fastest time done last session? It was done by Mylan Ealing, a 1:36.5.
He's on his all lap as we speak.
Yeah, they won't have pushed the pause during the qualifying, so they're gonna be a little bit slower per chance. But we'll see.
Should still provide us with some interesting times on the board. Possibly still faster than GT3s.
Mylan's starting his first lap in his Red Bull machinery now.
He's got Thomas ahead of him. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Shouldn't hold him up. He's got a good gap to set up his first quali lap. I don't know what's happening behind, but I feel like someone went off track. It's always interesting as...
See someone go wide, yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see our racers get accustomed to our tracks and try and push the limits of said tracks.
Yeah, the track temps have seen a little bit of difference compared to the practice session. There's a bit more grip on the track. It's warmed up a little bit. Should be easy for these guys to get used to it. They have 12 minutes left to get a good lap in. Should be plenty to see who takes pole.
Mylan England set... Oh, Jesus Christ, Mylan, forgive me, bro. Mylan Elling set a good first sector, and he's going for the fastest lap as we speak, a 1:35.9. We'll have to see who tries to best that. Thomas couldn't manage it on his first lap. And I don't quite have the laps for some reason on qualifying on my thingy.
Yeah, I got them in front of me here. We got Thomas with a 1:36.9, so that's a second off.
Second off. Ooh.
But a 35.9 is a very good starting lap, very good banker lap from Mylan to begin with.
Considering the second best is a second off, it's definitely looking like Mylan has the upper edge here. And he's going faster on the second, first sector.
With a 37.4 as well, so that's 1.5 seconds off.
So Mylan Ealing is definitely the guy to look out for in this qualifying session.
It doesn't look like this lap time will count though, because it looks like he invalidated his first sector.
Interesting. Cordian just his wheel just disconnected or something. Lotus going wide. I gotta pull up the corner names. I'm not suited for this. I forgot to study the corner names.
I know turn 1 it's Tamburello, and then the last two corners Rifazza 1 and Rifazza 2.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. You went off at Acque Minerali. I'm butchering the Italian here. Forgive me for that, but we got some.
Rest of the season we'll be moving to Dutch and German tracks. Should be easier.
We got some interesting liveries, some beautiful liveries. For example, the Scuderia Agile, not sponsored by the way, a very pretty livery. They always deliver in deliveries.
Made by Cameron Designs.
Nope, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Victor Hedoff is running a full blacked out Audi. Straight from the Autobahn, it looks like.
Yeah, like a true Balkan running the full black Audi for sure.
Malin Niegling is running the Red Bull, as we can all see, with the German flags? Why does he have
Looks
German
like.
flags, Luca?
I wouldn't know. He's racing for the OC Red Bull Racing Team. It could be a Belgian flag
Is it?
for
Am I just
Vigo.
making a mockery out of myself?
It could be. It could also be a German flag because it's a BMW.
Oh yeah, true. No, it's vertical, it's not horizontal, so it's probably just for the BMW itself, as he kinda screwed the Variante Alta corner there. Is he gonna improve on this lap and take
He's on the
maybe
purple sector
another
too.
half a second? Yeah. I'm not sure if this third sector is gonna be faster, but he comes across the line and it's gonna be almost a second faster.
Yeah.
Mile in England,
Almost
healing.
just doing a fast lap as well at 36.4, only 6 tenths away from Milan.
Oh, this is getting interesting now. They're getting the hang of it now. They're going and going and going. We'll see who's the first to break. Now Thomas is getting held up by Arca here. Oh, and he spun. Oh, oh, and Healing spun as well. Oh, bit of an awkward moment here as they try to navigate what to do.
Just saw Tiogi say not so agile in the chat. I mean, these cars are big and
Powerful.
very lumpy. And as we see two cars spin.
Got a lot of torque, no?
Yeah, big engines. Don't weigh a lot actually. Let me check that.
What's the numbers on that? Pull the numbers.
Let's see. They have about just over 600 brake horsepower,
600.
weighing less than a ton. So that's
Ooh.
very much.
No surprise why they're faster than GT3s then.
Yeah, also a lot of aero efficiency on that rear wing, as you can see, and also the DRS helping a lot on the straights.
As you can see, the wing moving, like with the Formula 1 cars we now have. Helps a lot with the top speed.
Doesn't look like anyone's improving at the minute.
2-3 has a very
Cordian is out on
platypus on this car.
Cordian is on a good lap though. He's
He
up
is?
about 7 tenths.
7
Not
tenths.
7 seconds.
Oh, he kind of screwed up that penultimate. Oh, and he spun. Oh, why did I put the camera on him?
Unlucky. Unlucky. Commentator's curse already happening so early in the season.
That cannot be a good sign. Yuri Gonzalez going for what is 5th lap, if I'm not mistaken, in qualifying. He's up there in top 5. He's been very consistent, if I'm not mistaken. It's just top 10, like a minimum. Top 10. With this beautiful fracture livery. Ooh, getting a bit squirrely out of that corner there. As you can see, these cars are not as easy to control as it might seem. Sure, they got
Definitely on the green tarmac as well. There's not a lot of grip there for the tires.
They might have pushed the pass, they might have active, you know, aero and DRS and all of that fancy stuff, but it's all driver here. No TC, we only allowed ABS for some gamepad users. It does not make you faster at all, it's only as an assist. It's all driver here. We tried our best to bop the cars to make them equal. It should provide some interesting results
The cars are completely equal, pretty much as we're speaking now, as we saw the BMW be a lot faster in the first round. We had to make some changes to the ride height, made the BMW a bit higher on the wheels off the ground, and seems to balance everything out. We haven't heard anything from the drivers. I think they're pretty happy with the cars as they are.
Oh, Gordon just went off again. Pull up the corner names. Aqua Minerale. There we go. That's his next lap in the validated. He went faster, if I'm not mistaken, last lap. Yuri Gonzalez also did 4 tenths. The track is getting grippier and grippier, and they're going faster each time. It's still not over. Don't count anyone out just yet. Thomas Piccolo might just grab P1 from Milan if he's not careful. As we see him also go for another lap. No one is backing off just yet.
Bit of an interesting development in the top 5. Cordian has dropped back to P5. Martek up on P3 on the podium place. And moved to the second row, Yuri Gonzalez. He's definitely fast in these cars. Previous seasons, he was always a bit of a midfielder, but now he's solid in P4 and improving on this lap.
Definitely an interesting development. Like I said, don't count anyone out in this server.
Still 2 cars who have yet to set a lap. It's car P number 15 and 16, Emiliano Ruggeri and Mikolaj Zuchowicz. I hope I said that correctly.
Yeah, he just went off at corner 9, Piratella. If anyone's Italian on the chat, forgive me for my whack Italian.
Looking at these cars, they're so good looking cars. It sucks that the DTM doesn't race these cars anymore. Although they still have very good racing though in these GT3 cars. I don't know if anyone in that chat today has seen the race at the Lausitz Ring. It was such good racing there.
Milo Nealing going again, faster in sector 1. He's still not done. He still has more to give. No push to pass, but that does not matter for him. Our own Flying Dutchman here. Emiliano Ruggeri did a lap of 1:45 so far. Probably just to set a banker. I'm not sure. He's on the pits. I'm not sure if he's gonna get a chance to do another lap.
We'll get to see that.
Sector 2 also going purple. He's really bringing out all the stops here. Trying to make sure that Thomas has no chance of taking P1 going into our race.
Yeah, and it's an important pole position that you want to get it on Imola. Even though it's a track for good racing, it is still pretty tight, and you want to be ahead at the first corner.
And it's a 45.38, going 2 tenths fast. I'm not sure if that was 4 tenths or 2 tenths.
He was on a 35.5, I think. Yeah, so 2 tenths. But still, 3 purple sectors. That's an amazing lap from the Dutchman.
My CMRT is probably bugging out. Apologies for that. But yeah. He's going faster again. Jesus. Let's look at what other drivers are doing right now.
It's the final lap for them, though, as we're just over 0 seconds.
Thomas is gonna have a tough time trying to beat Milan's lap here. Ooh, goes a bit wide, goes on the green stuff. You don't want to go there too much. Exit is gonna be compromised. Going into Piratella. Clean, a bit of curb. That can work. How is he gonna take the Aqua Minerale complex? A A bit
So
of oversteer
Milan
there.
just invalidated his lap in sector 2 as Lotus goes off. Thomas Piccolo now matching the first sector time of Milan Ealing of his fastest lap. But he's just lacking the
Ooh.
speed in sector 2.
It's not giving me any info for the sector, sadly.
I'm just watching on the live timing here. He's missing about, I think it's
Oh, he
8
went
tenths.
wide. No, that's his lap gone, and that's P1 for Milan most likely. Cordian is still on another lap. We'll have to see if he can take no any other place from someone else. Is he gonna be able to climb up the order somehow? We're gonna go into first person for this. Oh no, he bailed out of that lap as well, so that's most likely, yeah. I don't feel like anyone else is out on track. No, exactly. Is Lotus still on a hot lap? Looks
No,
like
Lotus
it.
went off into turn 8, I think, and crossed the line with 0 seconds left. So he's just running back to the pits.
So that's our top 10. Locked and sealed for the race. Milan takes P1 by what? Almost a second. Let me pull up the stats here.
7 tenths, yeah.
7/10, an amazing lap from the Dutchman. Thomas Piccolo behind him with a 36.067. Don't do it. Don't say it, Luca. Gordian with a 36.529. Martizax 36.70760. And that's our top three for this Imola GP race. Down the order, we got Yuri Gonzalez, Dars, Ball, Lotus, 2-3, Victor Hadoff, Colin Elise, Matteo Murgia, Mikhailo McDonald, Emiliano Rogeri, who actually did manage. Did he?
Yeah, he managed to
Yeah,
set a better lap time of
yeah.
42.8.
Behind him is Arca with a 44.7, and after that, I think Mikolaj did not set a lap.
Doesn't look like it, no. He has been out on track for 2 laps, but
None of them were
he
valid, no.
hasn't done a valid lap, and his final in lap also being a 3-minute lap time. Maybe some technical difficulties for him there.
We will wait for a minute for the race to start. We'll be having a rolling start, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah, rolling start is gonna be brought to you by Luca himself. We're gonna
Yeah, I will
let
be
him.
commentating from the safety car, following, being ahead of the pack, following them for one formation lap, and then we will go green lights and start the race.
Definitely an interesting POV. We got the bird's eye view and we got the safety car commentating as he tries to lead the start of the race.
If any of our active viewers are wondering what happened to the other commentator, his PC got fried. He had an issue with his CPU,
According to
and
him, his
unfortunately,
CPU
didn't happen.
exploded. Something along those lines.
Can just tell anything can happen in the TSRB championship.
But we got Luca in this spot, we got me. Should be smooth sailing. It is my first time doing this, so any suggestions or opinions or constructive criticism is very much appreciated. Never streamed in my life. It's my first time, really. Let me just go back to pits as we're speaking, because the race is a minute from starting. Oh my god, the interior view of this commentator car is definitely interesting. It's also the safety car, right? This is what you're also driving.
Yes, you're in the safety car. It's an M4 GTS this season,
F82,
brought,
very beautiful.
brought to you by BMW.
Please sponsor us. Can you drift on these?
Yeah, the car on standard is on semi slicks. But if you put some street tires on it, it's definitely driftable. Yeah.
Shame I don't have my wheels set up.
Very unlucky.
Don't mind this noise, this is just our rolling start. Starting, or beginning.
Oh, and it
We're
looks like
gonna
some people
have...
are off thinking the race has started.
Oh, well, I hope no one got penalties. And we got our safety man leading the pack. Apologies for that. There we go. Safety man leading our pack. So how do you feel going from racing on this server to becoming a safety man? How do what do you
Yeah,
think about it?
I raced here for quite a while actually, as a somewhat mediocre racing driver. Though I have had some wins in my career, I could say. Racing all the people all the time, it got a little bit boring after some time. Even though the racing is so good, keep fighting against the same people. At some point, you have the same people around you. So that's when I decided to go to the safety man team, helping the server out, but also ensuring safety on track, making sure everybody has a safe race, but also a fun race. So that's definitely a very fun step to make.
I can definitely agree on that sentiment. It's very fun and very how should I say, rewarding to help everyone
Yeah.
in the server, racers, the people who are trying to set up these beautiful races we have, and everything else. It's very rewarding to see that and to be a part of that change and evolution, I guess. Sadly, I don't have my wheel set up, so I can't safety car, but
Very
Luca will
unlucky.
definitely do a good job. I can attest to that. Going over to the final last few corners of Imola.
Oh, and we have a car in the wall.
Oh, beautiful start. And I cannot quite see who that is. Not sure if it was Too Free or Mikolaj.
The cars will begin formation now after the chicane. I will be pulling off, leave them alone, and then soon we will start our race.
You can see him pushing like hell to try and move away from our racing cars. Our leader is gonna set pace up to the starting line. No overtaking before that line. But he can go and whenever he wants to. So now we wait. And Luca got a penalty already.
Just got it a little bit
Our
too hard on the
first
safety
penalty of
car.
the race. Michael Mylon going over our final corner. When is he gonna press the trigger here?
We're waiting for the green flag for him to go. Uh,
Everyone is locked in for the start of our Imola GP. Any second now. And we're underway. Not sure if Thomas did that overtake before or after the finish line. The stewards will review that. But he takes P1 even before the first corner. And Milan Ealing is being attacked already, going into T2 and T3. The first 5 cars or so are very close together as they sort their way out the first 3 corners.
yeah, just a clarification on the starting rule. Once the green flags are out, overtaking is allowed as a new rule in this season, as we will now be adjusting the green flag timing every race. So that was a completely legal overtake from the Italian driver.
My apologies, it looks like our main commentator has not read the rules yet. Just an average
We have some good
Sunday
action
guy.
going down for P10. Colin Elise and 2-3 going side by side.
Oh, I missed that sadly. The Perry the Platypus car already getting some action on track. Someone is having contact. I don't know with who. I think Lotus has some contact according to the server timings. I don't see anything on my end. Milan is still chasing Thomas. He's not letting off anytime soon. We saw that his pace was very good on qualifying. Can he keep that same consistent, just fast raw pace in the race as well?
So now DRS has been enabled for these drivers,
which should help Milan and try to overtake Thomas as he botches T1 a bit and gets sent back into Cordian. Is he gonna get a chance here? He tries just looking down the inside, trying to maybe scare Milan, just showing up in his mirrors, making a
bit of
statement.
a note for our F1 related viewers. In F1, obviously, you will have DRS when you're a second within the car in front of you. But here in our DTM rules, you have to be 3 seconds behind the car in front of you to activate DRS. So Milan will definitely have a chance at catching up to Thomas because Thomas will not be having DRS while Milan will.
Should definitely provide us with some interesting battling in maybe 1 or 2 laps time as Erie goes wide, Dars goes wide. That Aqua Minerale corner, complex of corners is proving to be difficult for these cars. And he takes all the curve into T15 Variante Alta. Who else do we have on track close to each other? A bit hard to tell sometimes, especially on the starting phases of our race.
Just checking the live timings a bit. Looks like our leaders are just doing the same lap time, just about. Further down the pack, we have Paul Tutuyanu in the pit lane,
Already
taking his
going
pit
for his
stop
pit.
very early.
That's an interesting strategy. Do you reckon he's gonna? Do we have hard tires?
So we do have some different tires, yes. But they are pretty close to each other in terms of performance. Oh, Paul had a drive-through, I've just seen.
And
So
Victor
that
Hadoff
explains why he
making a
went for the pits.
clean. Sorry, Luca. Victor Hadoff making a clean overtake on Colin Elise into T5. Hey, I don't think he even have a chance. Martizak spun around and touches the wall in T7. It's already, the orders are
As we
already
have
getting
contact
shaken
in
up.
turn 1.
Who was that? Did you get a glimpse of that?
It was Mikolaj Zuchovic and Arka touching in
Yeah, they're
turn
very
1
close
there.
together. Let us take a look into that. Mikolaj just went a bit wider. I'm not sure if he's having setup issues or technical issues, but it does not look like it's his day today. That happens sometimes here at TSRB. Emiliano Ruggiero locking up a bit there into Aqua Minerale.
Just looking at the drivers a bit, it looks like Martixak had a pretty bad start. I thought he was starting on the second row, now has fallen
Wait, hold
back
that
to
thought, hold that thought.
P10.
Milan Ealing going for the P1 into T1. Tried the outside, could not stick it. He went almost a second faster on this lap than Thomas. They were holding pace, but all of a sudden, Milan just started pushing like hell. And I know
35.7 last lap for him is a very good lap.
And I know for a fact if Thomas is holding him behind, it's because he's also pushing like hell. He's got no DRS, remember this. Whose tires
Could
are
also be
gonna...
maybe some push to pause action for Milan, trying to get that closure to Thomas, leaving Cordian behind.
Yeah. No tire strategy for our top two. Gloves off and we're car racing here. 2-3 also very close to Colin Elise. Is he gonna try anything into T9? A very hard corner to overtake, but it's not impossible. He looks on the inside. Nope, nothing there. Again, just trying to state his intentions, I guess. Doesn't even look down the inside into the next corner. Trying to set up a good exit into Variante Alta. Is he gonna make the overtake here? Oh, still holds it off. He's being very patient here. Is this patience gonna pay off? We'll come back in a bit because Darts is also very close to Yuri Gonzalez. Fighting for P5. We got at least 3 fights going on. Milan dropped
Close
off a
action
bit.
there.
He's got DRS on this entire straight, very long straight. Push the pass per chance. Oh, he's looking down the inside and he's... Ooh, touches grass. Still has the move. Not finished yet. Here he has the inside on this corner, but he has the inside on the next. Dars has the inside now. And he sticks the move. Dars up to B5. What a beautiful move.
Great move by the Italian driver. Just slightly touching grass though, but managed to hold on to it and make the move.
Very hard move to pull off by our Bochi the Rock driver. Yeah, that's Bochi. A very hard move to pull off into the first 3 corners. You gotta keep your line very nicely and tidy to not hit the other driver.
Oh, Milan and Thomas very close together now, almost side by side.
Thomas went a bit wide there. Milan Elang has the inside. Is he gonna stick it? Oh, backs off just a bit. Maybe avoiding contact.
Oh, a bit
I'm
of
not
oversteer.
sure. Bad exit for him. Is he gonna have the run on Thomas? Oh, I don't think so. Maybe into this next straight. Very hard to defend on this straight. It's just so long. It's just so very hard to defend here. Is Thomas gonna let him pass? Is Thomas gonna try and overtake him down this straight? Milan goes down what is gonna be the inside for this next corner.
It's already cleared him, yeah.
He already cleared him. Milan into P1. Thomas is right into his rear bumper though. Milan is already having to defend. Thomas is just going that fast and he tries around the outside. Now he has the inside. We have contact. Nothing too major. Milan keeps P1. Remember, this is not open wheel. This is full DTM. Contact.
Oh, oversteer for
Contact
Thomas
is
on the
allowed.
exit of the corner. Gives him a bit of a compromised exit, but this is all robbing his racing.
DTM rules. Some contact is gonna be allowed. And Thomas gets P1 again into T9. But Milan is still right behind him. Oh my days, I was not expecting this. I was not
It's
expecting.
pretty interesting. We can go on board with the drivers to see how much push the pause they have left. And now driving in P1, Thomas Piccolo still has 14 push
while
to
Milan
passes
has
left.
10.
Exactly.
That might play out into Thomas's favor here. It's still 37 minutes to go.
Not too far behind. Cordian also catching up, kind of trying to follow these 2 cars. Also using his activate his push to pass. Now only has 11 left. So this is definitely interesting when and where these guys use it.
Milan is going for an overtake here. He has his P2P activated. Going around the outside. Is he gonna stick it here? Ooh, you can see just how close they were. Thomas holds it though. Great defending by our Italian driver here. Holding it around the outside into T2. But Milan is still not giving up yet. Going for a dive bomb. Is Thomas gonna get a better exit? He has the outside. Milan got a bit of oversteer. Thomas is on the green stuff. Is his exit compromised? Does not look like it. He's got the outside onto T9. Milan backs off. I was not expecting my first race as a commentator to be this chaotic, but I'm glad it is. Beautiful racing being demonstrated by our top 3 guys here.
Accordion is definitely looking for some time here. Milan definitely trying to get past Thomas, but it's just not enough. And Thomas can just use his push to pass more to get away from these 2 drivers.
I think he's saving it though. Yeah, he still has 14 on this car. They're approaching our back marker. Is that going to be an issue?
We have a blue
Looks
flag
like he went off. He went off. He's letting our leaders go by. Very thoughtful of him. Back to the main straight again. Milan is a bit further back than before. Is he still gonna look? Shows up on the inside, goes to the outside. Is that a dummy move? I see. Round the outside, he's not quite making it. Oh, but now Cordian has a chance going around the outside into T3 and he gets P2. He gets P2. Clinical. Absolutely
Awesome
clinical.
move by the Polish driver.
Oh, but
Well,
Milan
Milan is
going
having
back
none
at
of it
it.
though.
And he gets P2 again by the looks of it. He's going to have the inside into T9. And he has the front of the car set up exactly where he wants to be. Yeah, he secured P2 again. Oh, not just yet. No, not yet. Oh, there we go. There it is. But a brilliant move by Cordian there, taking advantage of Milan's slight, not even a big mistake, just a slight mistake was all that he needed to pounce on that. Taking the opportunity. Cordian setting himself. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
We can see the agile driver, Thomas Piccolo, now pulling off into the distance. The gap is now 1.5 seconds. And he still has those 14 push-to passes.
It's not looking good for P2 and P3. Milan is going for the pits now. And what tires was he on?
Milan, he was on softs. He's probably going to stay on the softs if we don't force a tire change on these cars. They just have to change a tire. It doesn't have to be on a different compound though.
Do you
But
reckon?
that's a strategic pit stop from him. Being in the FI, being in the traffic, I think that's a good decision by him.
What do we know about the durability of these tires? Do you reckon the softs can do 30 minutes? Or what do we know about durability on the compound?
As far as I know, these tires last pretty well, almost like endurance tires. So
Shouldn't
I
be an
think
issue.
pitting now will be comfortable enough to be driving these tires fast throughout the rest of the race. Yes.
That's definitely interesting. That might come back and bite Thomas. Should he have done the undercut? Was that the play here? We'll have to wait and see. The pieces are already moving, the stage is set. Now we have to wait and see who checkmates who.
We
got
have
someone
a
spun.
non-moving driver at the exit of the chicane.
Who is that?
Went back to the pits. I think that's Mikolaj Zuchovich retiring from the race. He had a bit of a stinker the first 3 laps. Just retired from the race.
I saw Mikhail, in other news, I saw Mikhail having a bit of difficulties going out from T3, getting a bit of oversteer. Is this semi-fixed setup? Was this fixed setup? I don't quite know.
No, these cars, they have an entire open setup, although they don't have a lot of things to change inherently from the car mod. Though, as the race direction has definitely made some adjustments to the mod to make these cars closer. This is mostly in terms of peak power performance and also to the ride height of the cars. So they have some play in them, but a lot is restricted from the car mod, which has been adjusted by the league directors.
And
so there's definitely some play to set this up to your likings.
Milan Ailing came out of the pits into P11, 48 seconds away from the leader.
You also have a bit of an interesting fight for the last position in the top 5, Yuri Gonzalez and Victor Hedhoff.
As we divert our attention to that fight, thank you, Luca, for pointing it out. Going into T9, Victor
Hedhoff also finding himself on the medium tires.
And Victor Hedhoff has more push to pass than Yuri here. As Yuri takes all of the track and then some, avoiding the lapped car that's on the grass. Over the curves at Variante Alta. Ooh, a lot of oversteer on the green stuff. Like I said, you don't want to take too much of it, and if you do, you gotta be careful on the loud pedal. Not easy to manage. Imola might be a simple track, but it's not an easy track by any stretch of the imagination. and he dropped back a bit. The chance to overtake down into the straight is gone now. Gonna have to settle back for another lap or so and then try and set up the move again.
Yeah, that was unlucky for Victor Hedov, but that green tarmac on the exit of most corners is just so killing.
No grip there at all. But we got a fight for P9 now. Martizak's going after Paul Tutriano.
Paul obviously starting a bit behind with his drive-through. Now also has the other unlucky driver, Martixak. I think he might have had a spin. I didn't seem to catch it, but he's trying to recover. And now the next one in his path is Paul Tutriano.
Does Paul have what it takes to keep Martizak behind? Can he pull away? He's looking down the inside. Nothing there as Paul defends on the line, but very well. They're going into T9 now. If the camera would work, thank you, Aceto. There you go. Into T9. Nothing there. Paul does not go as wide as I thought he was going to go.
I think it's Martixak's interest to get past Paul Tutriano as fast as possible, because not far behind them is Mylan Ealing. Now we might see some team play come into action, because Martixak obviously is the teammate of the car who's in P1 now, Thomas Piccolo, to see if we can get some Perez-like defense to try and make the undercut work less well for him.
That might just be what we're seeing here, because Thomas just set the fastest lap of the race, so he's definitely pushing as hard as he can.
Oh, and a spin in front. That's PA off of the track.
PA just spun. P8?
2-3 getting it wrong on Rivazza.
Who spun?
I think it was 2-3.
Oh, 2-3.
Now in P11, pulling into the pits after that spin. I think his tires might have had
quick replay.
Its best time. Was at the exit of Rivazza 1.
Here it is. As we can see, locking up, going on the green stuff, and just going too hard on the throttle. Like we said, that can happen. Green stuff, whether it's grass or the tarmac, not ideal to be there. Going back to our fight for P8, Mylan Ealing is still catching up to Paul Tutriano. For a second I thought he was going slow, but he's not. And Cordian just got a penalty, 10-second penalty.
Oh, that's P2 getting a penalty.
Stop and go 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, looks like. That might put a damper in this race.
Oh yeah, and that's Cordian, who just retired from the race as well.
What a shame, he was going so well. He might have still made it. He might have still had a good result even with the 10 seconds.
It's definitely still fought for a top 5, I think, especially if we were to have a safety car condition.
But you know, it being Imola is very likely. Martizak's active, is it? No, not activating his push to pass just yet, but Paul did. Martizak has the push to pass advantage now, and Thomas is just nowhere to be found. Lotus is 18 seconds behind him. This is for Thomas to lose, not for anyone else to win. The pressure is all on him now. Can he stay ahead for the rest of this race? 26 seconds to go, and it's looking very good for him. Still has, I'm guessing, still has 12 push to passes. I was gonna say 14, but he's used 12 of them as he goes wide into the last corner now. Still holding off on the push to pass. It's a big advantage on these cars. How powerful is this push to pass? Look at you. Have you tested? Have you tried this?
It's pretty powerful, yeah. This push to pass is not like in most cars. It does not activate an ERS system. It gives you a bit more power in the engine. I think it's about 50 to 90 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely that extra oomph that you need to get that little top speed on the straight. It's definitely a couple of times over a whole lap. Um, it's like a mini DRS. Obviously, we have DRS on these cars, but it's very lenient, 3 seconds. But using that push to pass definitely gives you that extra edge compared to the car in front.
That's
And
definitely
Martexak now using that push to pass to get alongside Paul Tutuyanu.
going into T1 on the outside. Is he cleared him? Not just yet. Paul is holding on the inside, nearly pushing Martexak off the track.
And look who's joined this fight. It's Mylan Ealing. I think for Martexak, it's in his best interest to just fight off this car behind for now.
Does he have a team order there? We do not know. We cannot tell. But I don't think he's going to let him by just that easy as Mylan Ailing tries to dive bomb up the inside into T7. He gets it done, maybe. No, Martexak says
Not
your
yet.
better
That's
exit.
a good exit.
Great exit even. And he's cleared him into T9.
Oh, that's wide
But that's
though.
wide. And Mylan takes back that position. Just a small mistake is enough to lose a position here in the TSRB challenge. Or excuse me, the DTM TSRB challenge.
Oh, Paul cutting the chicane, getting the braking point all wrong. That's going to be one of his car warnings gone. Only 4 allowed during this race, so you got to be wary of those.
I'm seeing on my screen, Mylan Ealing only has 6 push to passes. I'm afraid that like at this point of the race, that's not a lot. We're seeing people with 16. I'm guessing the middle point here is like 11 or so. 6 is not a lot. But he clears Martexak. Is he gonna have enough push to pass to get back into T1? Thomas still hasn't pitted, right?
Let me check. No, Thomas is still far ahead into the lead. Also, still has 11 push to passes, so he's gonna hold on to those. I think that's a good little comparison there.
And the pit timer, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken,
and a
was...
spin for P15. Arca is off in the uphill chicane.
We're gonna get a live replay on that. Apologies for the replay system of Assetto Corsa. It's what we have, it's what we'll work with. Out into T9. Too much throttle?
I think it might have been.
Oh, no, it was in Variante Alta, sorry, apologies. Takes the inside into the first corner. It's the curve just a bit too hard, gets on the throttle just a bit too hard as well, and that's all it took for him to go into the wall. As you can see, just a small mistake is enough to cause a lot of headaches.
Some interesting developments in the fight for P6. Mylan is struggling to catch up to Paul.
Could he be that? Paul is using his push to pass now, trying to keep Mylan behind. Does not look like it. So Paul is just doing this on raw pace.
And pulls into the pits.
Paul pulls into the pits. Wow. He's just letting him go. Definitely on different strategies
now up
then.
to Martexak, who just uses push to pass.
To try and do his teammate a favor here. Oh, he's almost got T2 wrong.
Because
Right, if I'm not mistaken, our pit timer was close to what, 40 seconds? Mylan Ealing came back onto the track 40 seconds behind Thomas. So
it's close to that, yes.
So if Thomas was to pit now, we'd be what, B3 P2? Yeah, he'd be, but maybe behind Lotus. So for now, he's still got that buffer. And he's still pushing. The tires are not falling off just yet. You were right about these being endurance tires. They're not really being, you know, they're not coming into the equation here.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, someone got, someone had a bit of a struggle into Variante Alta. Emiliano Ruggeri, by the looks of it, locking up into the second corner of Variante Alta.
Yeah, they do make it look
And
easy,
Arca
these top
goes wide in front
drivers.
of him. Is he gonna cause it? No trouble on the rejoin there. Milan kneeling. Also no trouble for him. Overtaking the back markers. Overtaking the
This is
back
not
markers
very pleasant.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes can be a bit uncomfortable, a bit uh, cumbersome at times.
As we
Because
see 3 drivers pulling into the pits, which is Emiliano,
Yuri,
Ruggeri, Arca, and Martixek. Yuri about to leave the pits, I think.
yeah, it should be in a second or so. Well, looks like it's not just a second or so. There he goes.
There he is.
Ark is still ahead of him. He stopped on the pit lane.
I think Yuri is having some issues here.
Well, looks like it. He went, but then he stopped right back. Oh, he's going now.
That might have been a stop and go penalty for him, perchance.
Maybe. Thomas Piccolo still pulling, still pushing. Maybe he's gonna have the. He's gonna try and pit in a bit here.
Yuri barely ahead of Martixek. This is going to be interesting as they both leave the pit lane. Yuri in P7 and Martixek in P8. But even more interestingly, it's Paul Tutuiano in P6, almost 4 seconds ahead. So that undercut worked for him.
Strategy here. Some strategies are paying off here. We're still to see if Milan's gambit is gonna pay off. The biggest of them all here. Pitting on the first, 10 minutes of the race?
I think it was very early, yes. 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Very unusual. Usually people pit to avoid the back markers or avoid big fights, to not lose time, but he did that in the first 10 minutes. We'll definitely try and get his POV after the race, try and get an interview with him, trying to get some insight into his strategy. So stay tuned after the race for some one-on-one interviews with some of the drivers to get their POV on the race, excuse me. That should give off some interesting, insight into what our drivers are thinking while they're driving.
As our leader is now into the pits, it's going to be interesting to see where he's going to come out compared to P2 maybe, but also definitely compared to Milan.
Yeah, where is Thomas gonna come up? Maybe P3. He's gonna be right ahead of Milan, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I think Lotus might catch up to him, but I doubt Milan will. Yeah, Lotus is coming up the main straight now.
That's Lotus taking the lead of the race, even though he's still virtually P2, I think.
Oh, someone spun into T2. Emiliano Ruggeri having a hard time. Ooh. But people managed to avoid him. Looks like a
also
safe
being down
rejoin.
on his final 4 push-to-passes.
And as I predicted, Thomas is just gonna come out ahead into the hard tires. Interesting choice here. For the last 16 minutes of the race, going into hard tires.
This might just be a little strategic play on not trying to get his tires to overheat. Obviously, the hards will be less prone to overheating than softs or mediums. Which means he might just want to push harder on these tires and not risk overheating them.
Definitely going to be interesting to see if the tires do overheat or not. Because they also have less grip, so he's got to be cautious as to not get understeer or oversteer. Is that his strategy? Is he going to be more conservative now? He still has a lot of 4 more push-to-passes than Milan. Lotus has 13 of them. Has he pitted yet?
I don't think so, no. That would make sense either way. I think it's important for Lotus to start getting those push-to-passes down and starting to try to catch some time on, I think, P3 or P4. I think that's his most direct competition.
And using the push-to-passes is also very hard to calculate because you don't want to use too many and have none for the last few minutes, but you don't want to use too little and like leave 5 of them or so on the table even after the race. It's time that you're losing either way. You want to be as close to 1 or 0 by the end of the race.
Yeah, and obviously once these drivers have pressed the push to pause button, they have a little time interval that they cannot use push to pause anymore. So you don't want to have too many at the end of the race, so you can't use them all, which means you will literally leave a better engine in the pit lane. That's definitely not something these drivers want, so I think he's gonna start getting them down pretty soon.
And I'm just taking a look at this Dars livery, the Mochi the Rock livery. Golden Anime, again, not sponsored. Golden Anime though, very interesting, very cool livery by the looks of it. He's even got the Kesuku band plate. Did not notice that yet. Only the rear plate though. And we got some really interesting deliveries. Red Bull is really cool as well, from Milan. He's got the Verstappen name on it? Am I just...
I think that might have been a little bit of an issue
No, it can't be.
on the livery designers.
No, it can't be
Side,
Verstappen.
his teammate being absent today, Max Verstappen,
Oh!
better known as Tigo. So I think that might be an issue at the.
Is he
That he might have
Belgian?
taken the wrong car out on track.
Is he Belgian?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that explains it then. It's not Verstappen, it's his cousin Verstappen. And Lotus got a stop and go of 10 seconds. That might give him a bit of a headache here. So I'm looking into his livery as well. Very cool. The Helix livery. A Van der Leen livery even. Did not know we had official liveries going on here. Paul is also rocking the Van der Leen livery. Scuderia Agile, always very pretty. Shout out Cameron. Oh, these cars sound so good. I might just shut up for a second so you can listen to this. They sound so good.
I think I'm gonna interrupt that silence of that awesome engine roaring. It looks like Martixek is catching up to Paul Tutuyanu. The gap only down to half a second now, as I said earlier. Paul had that undercut of 4 seconds, so Martixek has been definitely going faster. Last lap was a 38.1 for Paul, 36.9 for Martixek. Now the difference last lap, the lap that they just finished, only 1/10, but Martixek is very, very close.
We're gonna go into third person for this fight to give you another cool POV of this. This is definitely one of the most interesting races we've had in the TSRB circuit. What are your thoughts on it, Luke?
It's looking good so far. Definitely not bad for a first round. Having
Very good for a
about
first round. Ooh.
15 cars on track, this is good racing.
Very
Nearly into contact. Oh, big moment of oversteer for Martixek.
Maybe too locked in on the car ahead and just repeating his mistake. That sometimes happens.
That happens to all of us. Could have been a heavy right through as well, which is probably even a more relatable issue for some of the drivers.
And Lotus pitted, Colin Elise pitted. Lotus is gonna come out maybe behind Martixek, not sure. We're gonna see it live here as he comes into the last 2 corners of Imola. That mistake cost him a bit of time to Paul. Paul is holding that P5 very nicely. One of our most interesting drivers to watch. He's climbed his way right from the bottom into consistent back-to-back top 10s. And Lotus take his
definitely seen Paul grow as well in this championship, haven't we?
Lotus took his penalty. I was gonna say he had another one. Apologies.
Oh, we have a car facing the wrong way on the chicane. Oh.
Who was that?
Lab reaction. Arca, yes, it is.
Oh. Is he gonna get a safe rejoin? By the looks of it, yes. Arca not having a great race by the looks of it. Going back to the Paul question you asked me. Sorry for getting a bit sidetracked there. Yeah, very
No worries.
interesting to see his progression. He started, I'm not sure, but I think like he started sim racing with us like a year ago or so, and just his progress has been remarkable.
Yeah,
Really
something
interesting to
like
see.
that.
Really interesting to see how fast he's been growing as a driver here.
Yeah, used to be a back marker. I remember his first race, Battle of the Sixes. That's quite a while ago. Being in the way of Thomas Piccolo on the second race there on the reverse grid, taking him out, taking away any chances. Back when Thomas was still my teammate, when I was still a driver, that was
Hold on a second.
pretty
Hold
funny.
on for a second. Colin Elise is going on the outside, and Matteo Morgan to T1. Is he gonna stick it? No, Matteo just on the brakes and
Full
they've off.
contact
Why?
there.
Contact from Matteo to Colin. Ah, but Matteo gets the worst end of it. Goes really wide into T2. That's P9 settled. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. I'm gonna try and get a quick replay of that.
Yeah, from a
What happened?
stewarding perspective, that looked like it was Matteo getting slightly too late on the brakes, and it looks like his punishment was already given by his own actions.
It does look like it, but the stewards, and we'll look into that later. We do have a full reporting system, just how you would have on a real race, where the drivers can come up to the stewards and report anything they have seen or anything that might have happened to them.
Yeah, so coming down to the final 8 minutes, it's still Thomas comfortably in the lead. Still has 8 push to passes as well, so that's very good to
Milan
see.
only has two again, like I was saying. Maybe a bit too early on those push to passes. Is it gonna be enough? Does Thomas have too many pushes to pass? What's the plural of push to pass? I do not know. Dars has three and he's using one as we speak. Trying to
Push
hold,
3 pass.
bro. Ah, the Lotus has 11 of them. Push 11 pass. Uh, yeah, some people are definitely have too many of them in a tank still. Lotus, for example, has 11 of them. Is he gonna use all of them in these last 7 minutes or so?
I
Interesting
think
to
we
see.
can, talking about Lotus, we can see some development here on track. P4 to P6 is pretty close together. I think it's just 1.5 seconds of a gap. All for position. All of them have done their mandatory pit stop. Obviously, Lotus being in P4, but also having the most amount of push to passes. I think he's going to stay out in front, but behind him is Paul and Martixak.
Oh,
Obviously,
Peter
been
Adams
close
just
together
cut
all
in front of
race.
them. But not a problem for these three drivers.
Definitely interested to see what this battle will throw at us.
43 degrees on track. That's very hot. Very hot day in Italy.
Hot damn.
And 50% humidity, Jesus Christ. I hope these cars have AC, bro. Oh wait, no, 35 degrees is track temperature. Okay, thank God. 25 degrees of air.
And Dart's also comfortably in P3. I don't think he started that high up the field. He's had a good race so far, I think. Obviously, it was Cordian in front of him who retired earlier this race, getting a massive penalty. But Dart's on the podium. I don't think he's going to get that taken away from him very soon. Pretty substantial gap to Lotus.
He hasn't pitted though.
He hasn't?
No, but neither has Lotus or Paul by the looks of it. Is this wrong though?
Lotus has. Lotus has
Yeah.
pitted
Okay.
twice even. Once for his
Oh,
penalty as well.
apologies. It's my CMRT is acting up by the looks of it. Is it on
Unlucky.
the the live timings? Dars has pitted once, Lotus has pitted 3 times. And 2-3 is pitting right now as we speak. Martisak still trying to claw back to P5. Their last laps. were a 37.2 for Paul and a 36.7 for Martizax.
Say that again.
No, we're not going there, bro. We're not doing that, bro. If it was a fight for P6 and Yuri was going for it, then maybe we're not going there now.
Okay.
A whole second and a half of interval from P6 to P5, and 46 seconds from P7 to P6. Should have said it the other way around.
Mylan is definitely doing fast pace now, but it's just not fast enough to keep up with Thomas. Thomas driving 35.4. That is some good pace for him.
Yeah,
Faster than quali.
Yeah, he's found his, on our tires even, he's finally found his groove. He's finally found his lines. He's going for it. He might have the race here. As we've said, the race is his to lose now. All the pressure is on him. He's all alone on track. That starts to you can get, you can lose concentration when there's nothing on track happening. You gotta keep focused. You gotta remember yourself. It's still not done. You can't let your guard down by one bit.
That's definitely a mental toll that you have to pay. Endurance drivers will know when you're in the night driving with no one. It's so hard to keep concentration, especially if you're on a track like Le Mans, where you have these long straights and then you have another turn coming up and then you gotta be locked in again.
Let's not talk about Le Mans, bro. Alright. Anyway, Martizax right into the rear bumper of Paul. Still trying to go for P5. Does he have the pace for it? He clawed from a second and a half into what is basically nothing now. 3/10. Does he have the pushes to pass to do it? Paul only has one, he has two. And to these late stages of the race where push to pass starts, becoming a necessity. Now it's even more.
At the same time, Paul only has one, and there's only 3 minutes left. Let me check where our leader is in the meantime. Coming down to the chicane now. So that's 3 more laps for the cars in P5 and 6.
Yeah, now it's even more strategic as to where you use your push to pass. Martizax used one, so he only has another one now. They're even. This might not be good for Martizax, because if he overtakes Paul, and if he has to use another one to overtake Paul, then he can try and get back at him. He might just have to hold off and trying to do it on the last lap, as Thomas goes even faster than before, a 44.8.
34.80.
Oh, and
as Paul goes off.
Martizax as well, and no, sorry. Paul goes off, yeah, and Yuri? Was that Yuri?
It was the blue flag car of Matteo Mergia being off the track, if I'm not mistaken. Paul completely following his line. Martizax blasting through. But it's not over just yet, because Martizax will now not have DRS anymore.
But he still has one push to pass.
Will have DRS.
Yeah, Paul has used his push to pass. Martizax still has one in the back. Is he gonna hold off for the last lap? Is he gonna try and use it now and defend like hell? We're gonna have to see. Ooh, well, a bit of a lockup for Martizax. Is that gonna compromise his exit? Does not look like it so far. Paul has a bad exit going on the green tarmac. That might be it for now. Going into the last few corners, 2 corners even. Good line from Paul. Yes, ERS now, but he does not have push to pass. Is Martizax going to use this? Not yet. This might be game, set, and match for Martizax.
Yeah. 2 more laps for those cars, as our leader just crosses the finish line with 1 minute left, meaning he is on his last lap.
Oh, and you can see the desperation coming from Paul now, trying to push as hard as he can, and he gets 10 seconds for doing that. Again, small mistakes set up.
That's game over for him.
Yeah, game, set, and match, like I said. The pressure is just too much now, and he's got to defend from Yuri, even though... Do you defend? You have... Oh, no, that's not Yuri, that's a black flag, sorry. Is he clear from Yuri then?
Yuri is quite
Yeah, quite
some
behind.
seconds
Yeah,
behind,
10 seconds will
almost
not.
half a lap.
10 seconds will not come into play for Paul. He's most likely gonna keep P6. Shame, really. That was a very interesting fight while it lasted. And Martisax just secures that P5 for now. Going into, I'm guessing this is gonna be the last lap. Do we have one more lap? Not sure yet.
They do. Our leader is now in sector 3,
Variante
so
Alta, yeah.
that's the final sector of the race for him.
So this and one more lap, right? Only one more lap of racing. Does
No,
not like.
this is the final lap. This is
Oh,
the
okay.
final lap.
Okay. So, Thomas coming into the last lap of the race, he's gonna win it all here. Coming from P2, being a second off in qualifying, showing Milan Ealing there's even more time on the track. He wins! Starting from P2, I don't know why my thing is telling me he started from P10th, but he started from P2 and takes it all. Going a whole 10 faster than Ealing. And Ealing was on softs. Remarkable drive by Thomas here. Milan Ealing across the finish line now. He's probably not too happy he got P1 taken away from him and that his gambit did not work. Remember, we'll be trying to interview people um, from the race. P3, still into Variante Alta. Nope, my CMRT is having a few issues. Dars coming into the last corner now. Lotus is still into Variante Alta, there we go. Dars
I
taking
think Dars
P3.
has completed
Wait, so,
his pit stop then.
okay, so it's Yuri P3. Okay, I'm a bit lost here, give me a second.
No, it's CMRT messing up because Yuri has crossed the finish line before Darts did, but Darts was one lap ahead.
So
So
it's Thomas, it's Milan, and then P3 was who again?
Darts.
Oh, Dars. Okay, there we go. And Yuri comes into P4. Great try by Dars as
Oh,
well.
okay. That's contact after the finish line. I'm sorry
Just
for
the
reacting
usual
to
then.
that.
Just another
I was,
Sunday on the
I was
TSRB
just a
server.
bit shocked changing to a car and then seeing it get absolutely punted.
And give us a second as we'll try and get some interviews underway. We'll be right back with you guys in a
I
minute or so.
will I will be leaving the commentary box as I've been called on different duties, commencing to the safety team. So thank you, Nuno, commentating this race. It's been a great one. Good luck in your interviews.
Thank you, Luca. Thank you for joining me in the commentary box for such an entertaining race, and I hope to have you some other day in the commentary box.
Yes, hopefully our other commentator gets his PC fixed as well.
Hopefully, thoughts and prayers. Poor guy, bro. CPU exploding. Anyways, we'll be right back with you guys in a bit. So we got Thomas in the box. Thomas is ready. He took the.
Hello, everyone.
He came from P2, being almost a second behind on qualifying, and just crawled into P1. What are your thoughts on such an interesting race from a strategic and just a race viewpoint?
So I did not expect for it to go this well. Honestly, I was pointing towards a better race pace than qualifying because I knew that Milan was going to be an absolute beast during qualifying, and he proved it by being like over half a second faster out of nowhere. So yeah, I was aiming towards race pace.
How did you crawled back from the time from the 35.7 that Milan did and came back with a 44 what 8 if I'm not mistaken 7.
Yeah, I honestly have no clue how that even happened. I was just, well, I was using push to pass in strategic positions to, get faster lap times, and that was not possible during qualifying. So that explains how I was able to beat my qualifying time during the race. I also think Milan was using a higher downforce setup for the race because he was losing quite a lot of time on the straights, even when I was not using any DRS or push to pass.
That explains what some of the developments we were seeing on the race. You ended with a few push to passes on the bag, no? We were talking about that in the commentator box that it was very important to calculate when and how to use it so you don't leave too many off the table or end up with zero like with 5 minutes to go or so. How did you manage your push to pass? Was that an issue? Did you have that figured out? How did that work out for you?
I was very conservative on using push to pass. I wanted to keep many for the end of the race in case anything bad happened. I am kind of used to myself screwing up the last few corners, the last lap. So I just wanted to have a safety net in case anything went wrong. And I mainly used it when I had DRS and on the main straight. Then at the end, when it was clear that nothing could have happened, I kind of started using it a little bit more freely. So yeah.
Beautiful race we had today. Thank you for giving us an entertaining fight for P1. Um, and we'll try and get Mylan in the commentary box if we can in just a second. And we don't have Mylan. He left the Discord server by the looks of it. But we do have Paul, who also had a very interesting race, was fighting for P5, uh, and
Yeah.
sadly lost it in the last few minutes of the race, but he was fighting hard. He had good pace, and he provided great viewing for our viewers back at home. How, thoughts on the race? How did you manage with these new cars and new regulations and all the assists and technologies and all that?
Oh well, really, it was. I guess I can say it was the setup because I did the qualifying with the bare setup and then I changed to a proper setup. And in the race, it went much smoother. Also, the ERS helped me in situations, especially keeping off Martixak. Every lap he tried to go by me with the DRS because I just like got myself in the inside and I just defended the position going to turn one. It was also like a bit weird considering some of the spots on the track not having that much grip where you'd expect them to have grip, but I guess that's just like the track itself and the runoffs being stupid.
Yeah, the green tarmac was a bit of a killer for many people in this race.
Yeah, me
Very
and
big issue.
Martixak included.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see our racers try and fight through these conditions, through the low grip conditions. Definitely provided us with some great viewing, with some great action. You finished with 0 pushes to pass, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You spun and then you tried to get back into Martizak's. Didn't quite.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't spin. I overshot
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
third or fourth
Almost
corner.
spun. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I tried
tried
to
to
get
get
back to
back.
Martixak, but
No, it
I
didn't
couldn't.
quite work out.
Yeah.
Shame,
It was
really.
also because I messed up on my fuel strategy. I put in a full load, and it didn't help a lot putting in that entire full load
Yeah.
because like getting a heavier car, I didn't have the same straight line speed that everyone else had
Overbraking,
around me. So
overcornering, messes up everything, messes up the whole
yeah,
rhythm. Yeah. As you can see, it's
yeah, but
these races are very strategic. It's not just raw pace, but also very strategic. You really gotta think every single liter, every single millimeter of ride height, the whole like push to pass system, just everything coming into play in this race. Yeah, provided with some very good racing, and thank you for entertaining us so well in this race, Paul. Sadly, Milan does not, like I said, does not appear to be in this in the Discord, so I think we might have one more interview.
No, he
Not
still is.
sure. Milan is here?
Yeah, he's still in the server. He's not in the voice chat.
No, I mean yeah, you, you get what I'm saying. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll try and get
Anyways.
Martizax into the booth, and that should be it for today for interviews. Thank you, Paul, and I wish you luck for round 2, bro. We got Martizax in the commentator box here, who had an interesting fight with Paul throughout most of the race for P5. He gets P5 on the
Indeed.
last few minutes of the race due to like we were discussing, a small mistake from from Paul. A small mistake is all it takes on these races. What are your thoughts on this race? Were you expecting to get this position? Take me through it.
Well, I wasn't expecting any crazy positions after a long hiatus from racing. I was just hoping to not do too many shunts or crash someone out, and that was my methodology coming into the race. The start went really well, but then I had an incident with I think Lotus at the start. We're gonna review the replay, but from my position, it looked like he closed the door when I was in the door.
Yeah, as you can.
And after I outbrake myself while chasing Paul, and that lost me 15 seconds or so, like 2 minutes after. But after that, it was smooth sailing. But to add more onto the fight with Paul, he was just improving as the race went on. So I was gaining on him at the start, but later he just matched my pace and I could not overtake him.
Yeah.
I tried many moves into T1, but he always closed the door on me and I could not overtake. It was good racing from
He
him.
was defending very well. Very good defending from Paul. Very good pace from Paul. Even Milan was having a bit of an issue sometimes trying to overtake him. I was gonna ask, considering your hiatus from sim racing, what are your thoughts on these cars? Are they hard to drive? Do they lack traction? They're very powerful and light, so I'm guessing, especially here on Imola, traction is gonna be an issue on those exits.
Really, only corner that has a problem with traction is the hairpin.
Okay, T7, yeah.
The pseudo hairpin. Yeah, that is the only corner that has a problem with traction. The only exception is the second chicane, where you might get a problem getting if you drive onto the green AstroTurf.
Yeah.
But otherwise, these cars are very planted. They are understeery, so they are easy to drive, but also easy to lose time with that understeer. So it's easy to drive, but hard to master. It's definitely an interesting car.
And a lot of new technology coming into play. The push to pass, the active arrow, the DRS. How did you manage with that? How did you manage with the push to pass? I saw you had one in the bank after the Paul fight. I'm guessing you were saving it maybe for a last lap attempt before he made that mistake.
I was saving it for defense mostly. When I wanted to keep a position, I was using the push to pass for defense.
Okay.
My attempts at using push to pass to overtake were in vain, at least when fighting against Paul. So
very interesting.
I changed my approach.
Very interesting, and it seems to have paid off this time. We'll see how it goes on round 2. I'm hoping to see some more beautiful and close, clean racing from you two again on this next round. And I wish you all the luck for the next round, which will be, if I'm not mistaken, in the Netherlands. Thank you again for joining us in the commentary box, Martizax. I will be going back to the stream, and whoops, just a second, OBS issues. Yeah, but that's all we're gonna have for today. Thank you for joining us for such an interesting race. Next round, let me just double check where it's gonna be. Next round, as I'm checking, it's gonna be let me check. I can't quite tell. Uh, I'm guessing it's gonna be Sanford, but I might just be talking on my ass. We'll see in a bit. Like, join our server and we'll have that posted correctly. I'm getting information we might have some more interviews. That's good. I'm gonna be pulling some more people in. Give me just a second to get that sorted, and then I'll close the stream out. We got Teodoro in the commentary booth. Did not look like you had the best race here in the TSRB server. A bit of,
I mean,
I'm not sure if it was a setup issue, if it was technical issues. Please take us through your race and give us your input here.
I mean, to be honest, I'm happy with how it went. Normally, I'm between the back markers. Today I was midfield. The race went greatly. Like, I never crashed with anybody. I had a good start. I was able to do some moves. I never had contact with anybody, I'm pretty sure. Nothing that like that important. It was a pretty chill race, but I'm happy with how it went, to be honest. It's one of my first good races that I ever had in TSRB.
That's good to know, and we're hoping you can keep improving on these next few rounds. Uh, Did you have any issues with the back, being a back marker, with people overtaking you? How was the race from your point of view? I'm guessing you didn't see many people out on the racetrack.
No, I didn't really see that many people, but during the pits, I was overtaking, getting overtaken. It was really interesting seeing how all of the pit strategies played out. I, for example, pitted pretty early and decided to put in a little bit more fuel than needed in the car, and it paid off with me getting to the finish line without any problems. So I think that's a win for me.
Nearly a top 10 for you, just right
Yeah.
behind Victor Hadoff. Did you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I got overtaken in the last 3 minutes of the race. When getting lapped by the first positions, I accidentally went off track, and Victor swooped in and used the opportunity. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm happy for him. What can I say? I know
yeah,
he was in a pretty similar situation to me, so seeing him get a top 10 makes me happy for him.
that's very good to hear. Sometimes you make mistakes, sometimes others make mistakes. That's just how racing is, and still a good, like, finishing, solid finishing position considering the competition.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on the car itself? We've heard people saying that it's not too hard, even though
I
like, on paper it looks like a hard car, a lot of horsepower, like under a ton, push to
mhm.
pass and everything. What are your thoughts on the car?
I mean, I like it very much. I was looking for a car that drove like this. It's a little bit of an understeer car, but it's due to the driver, in my opinion. Like, I didn't have that many problems getting the car to turn around corners this
Yeah,
weekend. Like, it's a pretty satisfying car to drive once you start getting good with it. So I'm
easy,
happy with how
easy,
the car is.
easy to drive, hard to master, as Martis X put it.
What did you say? Is it for
Easy
tryharders?
to drive, hard to master, Martis X said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your time here on the commentary box. I wish you luck for the next round, and I hope to see you again and to give
Yeah.
us an entertaining race. Best of luck, and I'll try
Thank you very
pulling
much.
in Yuri for the next interview. Yuri in the commentary box, he finished. Let me just double check. Where did you finish? Oh, P7. Yeah, exactly. Just
Yep,
behind
Grand
Paul.
P7.
Paul, where? Just behind Paul. Let me check. Where you started on qualifying? I'm not sure. Where did you start on qualifying?
P6.
Okay.
6, 7.
Okay, we had
Isn't
Luca do
that
it.
so
Now you're the
crazy?
second person doing it.
Really?
Yeah, Luca.
Look at, I'm so disappointed.
Luca
Wow.
alluded to it. I'm not really. Anyways, take us through the race in your POV. How was it? You lost the
Yeah,
position.
so
How did that happen?
yeah, so initially I was doing like amazing. I was fighting for like P5 and 4, and like I could have gotten a podium, I feel like, but then I pitted and I came in at like some obnoxious speed because I didn't practice
Yeah.
my pit in, and I got a 10-second. And then after that, I wasn't sure how to actually serve it,
Oh, we saw that.
so
You
I
were
stood
having
in
a
the
bit of
pit
vision.
box. Yeah, and then I realized, oh shit, it's not going down, and I have to go.
Yeah, you have to stop outside the pit box. Causes a bit of confusion
Yeah.
sometimes. Did you manage to serve it on that lap?
No, I had to go around again, and then
Um,
I served it.
yeah, that explains it. Penalties are a bitch sometimes. Um, how did you fare with the how am I gonna say the pit strategy? We saw today the pit strategy was very important. Milan might have lost the race purely on just strategy. Some people gained a lot of places on strategy. How did you feel like? Did you feel your strategy was a correct one, even though like the penalty happened? How did you calculate that? How did you manage that?
It was a fuck it we ball penalty. I just split my fuel up in half with both the same compound. I wasn't really expecting to gain or lose. I think my pit strategy was fine in retrospect.
Just a penalty
Because
that
I know,
really.
yeah, because I know Paul. Because I was fighting with primarily Paul and then I think Victor. I know that neither of them really had any special thingy pit strategies. They were doing similar to me.
Yeah, great recovery drive though. It's losing only one place after so much chaos happening, having to do 2 laps in the pit box. If I can say so myself, that was a very good recovery drive. Very interesting to see your point of view here, having a non-optimal race, I'd say. How did you fare with the push to pass system? We saw it was how do I say, a highlight here on these cars. Very important to keep that in check. How did
I
you
feel
fare?
like push to pass was like insanely useful for defending because I was fighting with Victor for like a long ass time. So yeah, I used it a lot for defense more than offense than anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the DRS helped you a lot more with attacking.
Yeah, so Martizak says, if I'm not mistaken, it was Martizak that shared that sentiment that for overtaking was not the best, but for defending was really good. Definitely gave us some good fights though. And I'm hoping,
Oh yeah.
and I'm hoping to see you back on track on the next round, and hopefully you get a a luckier race than today, less
Yep.
penalties. Well,
Yep. Next race, I will make sure to practice my pit in.
the more you know, the more you learn. Well, thank you for joining us here in the commentary box, and we'll be moving on to I think Arca is the last one here waiting for an interview.
See you later.
And for our last interview, we got Arca here in the commentary booth. Let me just check where you finished. Tell me, how was your race? I did not see a lot of stuff happening on your side of the race, but take us through it. How did you fare with these
Yes,
new cars?
I mean, it's a new experience to me because I'm not that experienced in the sim racing, but it was interesting to see how the people act on the track, how you have to manage the curb aside of you, and this. At the start, I had a misunderstanding with the rules. I just flat out and forgot
It was a
the
rolling
safety
start,
car.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah, I think
for a
it
first
was
race, I don't think it was too bad. No, no, no.
uh,
We've had much worse. It was a good
uh,
race from you, like solid race, not a lot of incidents, clean race. That's all that matters, at least for a beginner. That's a very promising start, I'd say. Um, how did you fare with the cars? What did you think of them, driving them?
I think me personally, I drive the RS5. Uh, on the practice, I didn't put any aero. I thought the car was a bit slippery, but then I searched a bit for setting up the car. I put like two gears of aero at the back, and the car was quite grippy. Like I didn't had any problem during the race. Also, in the chat, I saw that the grip was evolving positively.
Yeah,
I think I saw it on the track. Like I felt it.
yeah. Even during the race, not just qualifying. We saw that qualifying the track really got up to grip really fast. Did you feel the same during the race?
Uh, Excuse me.
During, like I was saying, during qualifying, we saw that grip evolved really quickly, and people started going faster and faster. Do you feel like it was the same thing during the race?
Yeah. Personally, I felt it more on the race because at some point I just got off the pit. It was the race was a bit further in the time, so by changing my tires and the fact that the grip is evolving, it surprised me. Honestly, it a bit surprised me, but it was a good surprise.
Yeah. Overall, a great learning experience for you. I'm hoping, and I hope to see you for a long time here racing with us on the TSRB server. I'm certainly hoping to see how you evolve and how much you
Yeah,
progress. And
thank you.
it was definitely interesting to see new we have like to see us having new people on the track, and I'm very excited to see how it goes in
Yeah,
this
yeah, me
championship.
too.
So I wish you
Me
luck for
too.
round two, and I think that's all of the interviews done. Do you want to add anything else?
Thank you for this event. I hope it will go right and continue till the end. Yeah, and the best for everyone.
Thank you very much, bro. I'll
You're
send you down in
welcome.
the event voice, and I'll finish off the stream here. Um, Now, actually finishing off the stream as all of the interviews are done. I'd just like to thank everyone back at home watching us. Thank you for joining us for this thrilling, exhilarating race. I'm hoping that the next race is going to be as good as this. Imola is not known for providing very interesting racing, and yet it was very good racing. A testament to how good these cars are on an actual racetrack, on actual battle. I'd like to also thank Thomas is ready on Discord for setting up like 90% of this whole server. Without him, these races would just not happen at all. I'd like to thank Loka for joining me. I'd like to thank everyone who's involved with the making of these races. They provide good entertainment. They provide great racing and learning experiences for newcomers. And if you want to join us, just join our Discord and you'll be set to go and come join us as whenever you'd like. With that being said, I hope everyone has a good rest of the weekend, and I hope to see you guys in the round two of the TSRB Championship. That will be all. Uh, See you in a week for our next DTM TSRB Championship, certified by TSRB 8 but not sponsored by it.